Hi everyone, it's Doreen with Oohlala Vintage Treasures, and I am here to share with you a little project I was working on. So I just thought I'd show you in case you have some of these things in your stash and you want to just play around with some paper. I have here some pretty laces, and I'll go through everything with you. I have this beautiful lace right here. This is very, very detailed lace, and it has a lot of dimension in it. And so this will be going in my Rose Ganache kit. I love the way it feels too. It has such a nice feel to it. And then I also added some paper. So I have some parchment paper that's been coffee dyed and cut into pieces. And then I also have this, which is doodle paper, and it's coffee dyed. And then I have this paper here, which was out of a book, and it's got that really pretty texture. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it has this feathery type of look. And I'm not sure what type of paper it is, but it's really fun to play with. So I have that. And then I also have pieces of doily that I cut up on a small doily. Okay. And then I have pieces of paper that I took out of a book. And I'm going to show you that book right now. So that's all you need to make this, and some paper clips. Okay. So I'm going to move these out of the way, and we're just going to put a few together. So I hope everybody's doing well. I haven't been able to get in here and craft on camera. I've been busy, but I thought I'd pop in and say hello to everyone. I have more videos coming too as well, so stay tuned for that. Let me grab that book and show you. So this is the book that I'm using. This is a French book, and I think it was dated like 1984, but I have tore this book up, you guys. I mean, is that it? 1980. Yeah, see, here it is. There's the date. 1979, 1980. So, of course, we can use it for paper, and that's what I'm using it for, the inspiration. And so I'm using some of the pieces in the kit as well. And I'm also going to be putting it together where, you know, they can collage or whatever with the kit. But, I mean, these are some really nice images. And when I make my clutch, I'm going to use some more of these images from the book. So, there's lots of little details in this book that are really cool. And it's funny because I just made a digital with this heart, and it came out so cute. I can't wait for you guys to see that. And just lots of cool papers and lots of images that you can use in collaging. So different colors. And this is just a fun book to look through. So this is basically what piece I'll be putting in there to be like a long, almost bookmark style. And then at the top it will have the wording of the section it came from too as well in French. And then I've been saving some of these because I thought this is a good image to use because it has the eyelet lace right here, or lace. And so I thought that would be fun to use. So I just have a lot of these things already cut up, ready to go. And yeah, so there's lots of different things. This one here I ripped, but I can still use it. So I just kept it in here. So that's kind of like one of the titles right here. Okay. So if you see a lot of rips in here, that's because I've been using a lot of the wording for this particular project that I'm going to show you. And so right here at the top where this is ripped out is what I used in my little paper collage here. Okay. So it was at the top of the book, just the words, and I ripped it out, and that's what I have on the top. Okay. All right. So I'm not going to go through this whole book. You get the idea. I have this also in English, but I just find it more, I guess the wording for French, the French wording is just so beautiful, and I don't know, I just like it better than the English. So I have some other pieces here that I'm saving, some sweater pieces and stitching and just different things that I pulled out that I thought was fun. Little things like this. So that's kind of fun. Little doily, yarn doilies and things like that. So yeah. Anyway, so that's what I put together here in this book. I'm telling you, I got a lot of stuff out of this book already. So I got the titles out of it, and then I also got bookmarks out of it. And I wanted to kind of keep everybody having the same type of style or image or whatever. So I had to keep with the theme here. But there's, like I said, there's lots of different nice pages in here with colors. So if you're into the color stuff, I'm not into that. I'm into the more neutral tones and black and white and things like that. So that's what I'm using. And just some cool images like that. And then see, this is like the style of the bookmark style piece of paper. All right. So that's the book I used. And it's very used and loved. It's really fun to play with. So anyway, I have here, I kind of went crazy. I made more than 30. I just was playing around with the books, and I couldn't believe how much fun I was having, and I didn't realize I did like 40 something of these. But as you can see, applique, and this one, and these. And so I have these paper clips here, and then all I did was layer the different things. So the light and the dark. So you have this one here, and then you have this here, which is a number. It also has this cool graphic or design right here. And this came from a Sandra Brown. It's like a, I can't show you the book because I've torn it apart, but it does have a lot of bad, well, it's kind of a love novel type of thing, but I do love this curly thing here, and I do love the numbers. So I am going to be cutting out the papers as much as I can and using the edges, you know, for collaging and things like that, because I don't want to waste the book. And I got it a long time ago, and it's not vintage, so you can't, you know, I wouldn't scan it or anything like that. And so I liked with the numbers and this cute little detail right there, so I added that. And I dropped it. Hold on a second. So that goes on the little stack there. And I just lost my word. Oh, I stuck it back here. Okay. So that goes first. And then I kind of stagger this behind it, so you kind of see it peeking out, right? And then this is from the book as well. And I just took that with the black stripe there because I thought it looked really nice. And it was a nice contrast there. So we take this piece here and this one here. And you can just kind of lay it together. And then this piece here. So you just kind of play around with the placement and, you know, make it look how you want. I was trying to have the number peeking out a little bit. And then I also have this page right here with the line on it. So I tried to pick things that would, kind of pop a little bit, but more neutral. And then I also added just a little piece folded up to make like a little book. Okay, so this is, like I said, it's great for collaging and different things. And so, yeah, and then I decided, oh, you know, I like this little idea, but what about some more papers to go with it? You know, we all have paper sitting on our stash, so this is a great little paper piecing thing you can do. And I'm going to show you this right here, because I thought, even though all these papers are just sitting here, they're so pretty, aren't they? Just those colors, the white and the dark, it just looks like so pretty. And that's when I decided to turn on the camera and show you guys what I was doing. And I folded it, well, I turned it over this way. Let me slow down because it is in my head how I did it, and I'm just trying to remember. And then I added this page right here. I love the feathering on it and the texture is so pretty. Can you see that? It's like, I want to say banana leaf, like a banana leaf page. I'm not sure what this material is, but I know I got it out of a book that I got from a thrift store. But I just thought the texture was so cool, so I ripped the book apart and I just kept the paper. So then you just put the white paper behind it like that, the doodle paper like that, and then in front of the white paper I add parchment paper because I love how this looks coming through. Okay, so you add the parchment paper, and then I tuck in the doily, and that is really basically it. So you just tuck in your doily wherever you want. You can do it down in the brown or down here. I usually just tuck it. Let me turn it the right way. And I just usually tuck it right here. So when I put this together like that, you have this kind of effect. And then you just paper clip it. And you could also add to the paper clip as well. You could do a little trim, and I may go back and add that. But it really doesn't need it. It's so cute. And then when you add the lace to it, let me see. Grab one of the lace pieces. What I did with this is when I cut it, it has this really pretty, you know, lace, and it rips a little bit, but I like kind of how that looks. It looks old and aged. But once you cut it, if you just take it in your hands and just kind of manipulate the fabric a little bit, it becomes, excuse me, it becomes really, really soft. So I just kind of do this, and then this right here just has this really cool texture. I probably won't use that one with the hole in it. We'll do this one again. So this one doesn't have a hole in it. But anyway, I just crunch it up, and then I also add heat to it a little bit in my hands. I kind of roll it around in my hands, and then when you lay it out, it's really, really, really pliable and soft like that. Okay. And then you just add your fabric to the back, and you have this cool little packet. And you know, you have all these little pieces in your stash. You may not have this particular lace, but any lace would work. And that's all you need. You don't need anything else to go with it. It's just so pretty. So this could make a beautiful little flip. So if you have, this is the page, and then you lay the lace over the top of the page like that, and you can make it like a tuck spot. And I think that looks so pretty just the way it is. Yeah. So here's a couple I already made. This one here. Did I put the doily backwards? I sure did. Let me fix that doily. So the doily that I used is just, I believe it's a 3-inch doily. I just cut it in 4 pieces and made little triangles out of it. Okay. Let's see if I have one over here. So this is the doily. I coffee dyed these a long time ago, so I couldn't even tell you when this was done. But yeah, I just coffee dyed these little white doilies, and it came out like this really pretty golden brown. And I didn't have a lot of this one already coffee dyed, so I just had to go with what I had, and that's why I cut them into little pieces. Plus, I think the little pieces look good the way they are, and how they're just kind of sitting there. So there's that one. These two are the same, actually, the same words. And let me fix this one too, because I have it backwards, I think. Oh no, that one's fine. This one's a different color. See? And then I added a coffee dyed butterfly. It's a really old punch that I use. And I love this punch. I use it a lot when I have leftover coffee dyed paper. And so I just added the little butterfly there. So yeah, we have 3 so far. And I need to make 30 more. Well, I need to make 27 total. So yeah, I just thought I'd pop in and share that with you guys. I thought it was a kind of fun project, and it's really simple. So all you need is some paper clips and some papers that you have in your stash. And, you know, you can just make up a bunch. So these would be really cute to follow my tutorial. I have a tutorial on how you can make your layered paper. What are they called? I think I called them paper clips, layered paper clips or something like that. But I'll put a link below to that video because this is kind of the basics of it. Only I'm not doing and putting it together and making the paper clip and everything. I'm adding everything to it to make the actual paper clip. I don't know that I would get rid of this cute paper clip though. I'd use an old paper clip that you don't care what it looks like. This is too pretty to put behind and use behind like that. But anyway, this idea could be used in so many ways. All right, I'm back. I finished all 30 of those little flips that I was working on. And so I thought I'd share with you what I decided to do with these. So I have done the little collection here. And I'm just going to go through them real quick and show you how they look. So I have this really nice tracing paper, and this has got a nice crunchy feel to it, and it's not really white. It has a opaque look to it, but it's also got a little ivory color in it. And I think I got this at Tuesday Morning. So I'm just going to fold it up like this in half. And then I have this right here. This is from a world famous painting book from the I'm going to show you, it's a real big book. From 1939, Rockwell, Kent, world famous. I'm not going to go through the whole book, but it has gorgeous paper, you guys. It feels like cotton. And so there's images. I've kind of pulled out some of the paper, so I'm taking the backing off of this like that, because I'm not going to be using a lot of these images. They're just not my style. But I love the papers, like I said. And so I kind of pull down on the book, and I'll take these out one by one from the back, okay? But this is such a big book. It's quite a lot of pages. Let's see how many pages are in here. Where is it? Where's the end? I don't even know where the end is. Guess there's no page numbers on here, is it? Oh, here it is. This is page 100 right here, okay? So each one has a page, and then it has images on the pages, and then it has paper. So it's paper on the side. It explains the painting and everything. It's a really cool book that I got in an antique shop, and look at that coloring on it. Amazing. And that's the side. This would make a beautiful altered book one day. So that's definitely why I got it, because I loved the style of the book. And I loved the paper. Oh, this is heavy. Okay. So this one is number 2. Okay, so this nice paper here would make a backdrop for the tracing paper, I thought. And it also has this almost like a picture frame look. Can you see that? Has the where the frame was around the paper. So that's really cool because it's a light and dark effect, so you can see the aging on it. And I really like how that looks there. Okay, so we're just going to attach the paper to the parchment. I'm not sure. I think I want the parchment over the top. That looks pretty, kind of peeking through there. Yeah. So we'll do that, and then we'll put this, one of these, over the top of that. And that'll just have a nice place for it to rest on the page there. I like how this is kind of peeking out the top too. So it looks something like that. And then you get your nice crunchy feel. And then you have like a little place to either collage or just use it as a page in your journal or your cards or whatever you decide to make with this kit. Okay, so I thought that was really pretty. So yeah, that's it for today, and I'll be back with the finished little packaging for this little collection that I put together. I did end up having to put a staple. It kept falling out of my paper clip, so I really wanted it to be secure in here, so I did staple all these papers together. Then I added this cute little charm dangle here to the lace, and just dangles down on the front of the page. And then I added these 5 butterflies that you can cut up and use. They're so pretty. And then on the lace I added the postcard underneath there, so it gives it some stability to the paper. Okay, and then when you open it up, I have a piece of French book page. This is a verb, idioms, and exercise sheet in French, and it translates from English to French. I believe that's what it does there. Yep. And then so I have a big doily here, some coffee dyed paper, and this is what I'm calling my vintage pack. This will be my vintage section of the digital for the Rose Ganache Kit. I made a little vintage collection, so I wanted to kind of keep it a little bit separate there. So that's what I did. So this is the one of the images I already showed you, but the digital page is this one, and the neutral, and this one. Some vintage this is vintage music paper from 1939. I love the color on it, and this is really nice, soft music pages. I believe it says 1939, yep. And then the back sides are just white, and then that's the other side. That one there. The back side of that page. And there's some tags and some circles, some different ephemera pieces there. That's the back of the sewing paper, and the coffee dyed paper, the doily, the vintage book page, and it has the really pretty coloring on it, and then the tracing paper. So that is how that will come. And then what I decided to do is I'm going to wrap it up with this really pretty yarn and just tie it in a bow. I was going to add lace, but I think this really calls for some softness, and I don't want to mess up this tracing paper, so I think that'll make it really nice and sturdy. Yeah, so that's it. I think it's so pretty to look at, you guys. So there it is. my little vintage pack from the Rose Ganache Kit. Alright, so I'll be back with another video very soon. Bye everyone.